taxpayers, and they are the ones who are going to benefit out of it. So it's a very small pyramid. GST also is paid by the organized sector, not the unorganized sector. And the unorganized sector is huge. There are only 6,000 large units, 50 lakh small and medium units, and 7 crore or almost micro units.
So you'll not be adding anything to the halwa?
So what I'm saying is that we need resources to actually generate enough employment to take care of the poor, the agriculture and so on. So we need more tax resources. The question is, how do we get more resources so that we can make the economy better?
Okay. Professor Gourav, what's your addition here?
After the income tax relief in the last budget and GST rate rationalization, the consumption is improved by 5 lakh crore plus. So saying that income tax is going to benefit only few is not correct. Because when consumption is going to improve, the manufacturing is going to improve. When manufacturing is going to improve, the new jobs will be added. So saying that only 1.5 crore is going to get benefit, I don't agree with that argument. Second thing, when I'm saying there is a GST rate rationalization, this almond box, earlier, we were having 18% GST, and this is real data. Okay. This is not hypothetical data. And now roasted almonds, there is a 5% GST. So everybody who is buying this is going to get the benefit because disposable income in our pocket is going to go up. And if disposable income is going to go up, the consumption in the economy is going to go up. And because of these two initiatives, that is GST rate rationalization and no income tax up to 12.75 lakh, the additional consumption in the economy is 5 lakh crore rupees. Only in last 6 months data, I'm just giving last 6 months. In the current FY27, it may go beyond 5 lakh crore. So I would like to say that I will put some almonds in this halwa.
So this is about the long-term strength of the economy.
Because consumption is increasing.
Okay.
And when consumption is increasing, the employment is going to go up. And what I wish in this tax, I wish more and more rationalization, more and more simplification, like this simple halwa. It's a very traditional sweet, but everybody likes.
So Gourav is correctly saying that the reform nuts that are going into the halwa, which is of course the almonds that he's put in right now.
So, but that will also be the crowd pleaser. So let's add some cashews as well.
But absolutely, please add more nuts to
almonds.
More nuts, more almonds.
Let us make Professor Arun's argument more. Let us give more strength to him. Let us put little bit bura and make it little bit sweet. So he's telling poor is not consuming almond. So this sugar is for everyone, and I'm just putting some small.
And Maria, the one thing I will say is by including all these wonderful ingredients in the halwa, the reform proposals, the tax simplification, the increase in capital expenditure, what has happened is that the economy is humming along right now. In fact, people are saying that the macroeconomic parameters of the Indian economy are in a Goldilocks zone, which is that it's not too hot and it's not too cold. It's not too hot in the sense that growth is chugging along at 7% plus, and at the same time inflation is very well contained at about 2 or 3%. So this zone that we are in right now, this Goldilocks zone, where it's not too hot, not too cold, growth is good, inflation is low, that is something we've never experienced before, and that is the halwa that has been made.
But so Maria, the sweet spot. So what did you add here, Professor Kumar?
I added some more of kaju, which the poor people don't consume, because the halwa is for us, right?
Okay.
So my point is that if you look at the IMF is saying that our GDP data is not very good. And therefore, they have said that, there's problem with our GDP data. And the problem is that the 7% growth is of the organized sector, not the unorganized sector. The unorganized sector is declining. If you look at the trade sector, e-commerce is growing at 30%. Neighborhood stores are declining. If you look at the textile sector, the organized sector is growing, the unorganized sector is declining.
So let's move on to another sector now. Post-Operation Sindoor, there's a lot of anticipation whether this box, that is the defense budget, will it go up? So what's your assessment? Let's begin with you.
Well, as you know, after Operation Sindoor, we have made a very clear commitment to increasing our defense capabilities and increasing our ability to produce the most advanced weapons in the world. And the two things that are being done right now, I'm quite sure. One, and of course, in support of that, we should absolutely sprinkle some more crystals of sugar in the halwa, which we will all then eat in a very appetizing way. So one very important thing that we're doing is we will most likely increase the allocation for defense expenditure in the budget. Last year, it was 5 lakh crores. we should expect that to increase substantially. Hopefully, it will reach 6 lakh crores.
Okay.
So that's one very important thing that we've done. The other very important thing that we've done for the defense sector is massively increase the support that the government provides for research and development. And we've done that through the Anusandhan Foundation, through which money is going into all of our research institutes, our technology institutes, and through the RDIF, which is the Research, Development and Innovation Fund, through which we are helping startups and we are helping funds be able to support startups as well.
Okay.
So whether you look at it in terms of the allocation for defense or the kind of support we are providing for research and development, in both those ways, we are massively boosting our defense sector.
Will that come at the cost of this bottle, which is health and education?
Maria,
Increasing defense will come at the cost of this. What's your sense?
see, Maria, regarding defense, one of the biggest collateral benefit of Operation Sindoor is Atmanirbharta in or self-reliance in defense production.
Okay.
For FY25, the total domestic defense production is 1.5 lakh crore. And not only we are producing for our own purpose, we are exporting the defense equipments to the other countries of the world. And this had happened first time in India. So one of the biggest collateral benefit is the Atmanirbharta, and I personally feel, Maria, that Raksha budget or defense budget can go up, but more than that, I think the focus will be on achieving Atmanirbharta in defense.
Okay.
Now coming to this, which is very important and very critical. The consumption in the economy of premium products are going up. But the consumption of the mass consumption or the people who the mass consumption of the goods is not going up. So if we want to increase the mass consumption of the products, then naturally the health and the education budget should go up, because it will improve the demand of the mass consumption products in the economy, and that is going to
So what are
shoot
you
up.
adding to the halwa?
So I am going to add, in lieu of this health and education, as the name is health, and this white sugar is not very good for health.
So walnuts perhaps?
No.
Raisins?
Instead of
Yeah,
white
akhrot
sugar,
Yeah.
I will be putting some kishmish, and that is our own kishmish from Sangli, Ichalkaranji.
Right.
So I am putting some
These are pleasant
kishmish.
surprises.
Yeah.
The kishmish.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your assessment?
My assessment is we are lacking in high technology because we have not spent enough on R&D. We spend 0.6% of GDP on R&D, whereas China spent 3%, US spent 3%. So China spending 22 times more than us on R&D, and that's why they've gone way ahead. USA spends about 100 times more than us on R&D, so that's why we are dependent on all these countries. So unless we raise the R&D budget to at least 2 to 3% of GDP. We are only at 0.6%. What is being planned is only a 0.02% increase. That's not good enough. So we need to spend a lot more on R&D, which means we need to spend a lot more on higher education and on education. So our education and health budgets have to go up. Then our labor force will become productive.
So
and
what are
it's
you
also
adding to the halwa?
Well, I can add some akhrot, but the point is that, maybe brain power will go up as a result of this. So,
But this will be about hard decisions. Akhrot is tough to crack.
Well, but hard decisions are needed. Without hard decisions, we are not going to get anywhere. One of the reasons why our education is doing poorly is massive corruption. There's, all kinds of, corruption in the education field. So we don't achieve the results. As Chidambaram said in the 2005 budget, expenditures don't lead to outcomes. So as long as your corruption levels are very high, you have problems in education, you have problems in health, and therefore, we are not doing well in R&D also, So therefore, we need to tackle our black economy, which has become very large. That's why our tax collection is low. Our direct tax collection as share of GDP is only 6.5%, which is one of the lowest in the world.
We have seen protests happen. There are states which are up in arms. The states have criticized also the economic survey which has come out, particularly with regards to the allocation to various states. What about this?
This is a complete change of the scheme that we used to have earlier for rural employment generation.
Manrega.
Manrega. The earlier scheme was demand-driven. You could go and you could ask for work from the, panchayat, etc. Now you can't do that. Okay. This scheme is now determined by the supply. The center is going to put 70%. The states are going to put 30%. If the states don't have the resources, then that 70% will also not come.
So will you be adding some sugar to it?
Well,
Some
I
sugar
can't
to
add
the
sugar. I can't add sugar in its name, but I'd add sugar in general,
Okay.
not
So
just
you're
for
hopeful.
this. So I'm hopeful that
some
now,
addition will come from the finance minister.
A, that, and B, I'm hopeful that they may actually reverse their decision and continue with the rural employment guarantee scheme as it was.
Okay.
See, Maria, my views are exactly opposite to what Professor Arun had just now mentioned. And I'm very hopeful of this scheme creating a new rural economy, new rural infrastructure, and new rural employment.
Okay.
And if 100 days employment guarantee increased to 125 days, then what's wrong in that?
But only guarantees increase.
Let me.
You are only giving 50 days of work.
It's
so it's not that you're going to suddenly increase that.
It's the only problem which may be with few people, not with Professor Kumar, because I know it is not with him, is with this name.
The name itself.
Because it is Ram ji ka naam hai, to nahi lenge. Arre, that is not the right way. When 100 days guarantee increased to 125 days, we have all right to put the sugar in the halwa. Jai Shri Ram. When rural infrastructure is going to go up and the new rural economy is going to come and new rural employment is going to generate, then we have all right to put sugar in this halwa. When states are also the co-partner in this development journey, then we have all right to put this sugar in this halwa to make this halwa of this economy more strong, more
It'll be
tasty,
too
and
sugary
more.
then.
Gaurav ji, you better stir it because all the sugar is only going in
It
one
will be
place.
too sugary then.
So then let us put some chironji in this.
Okay.
That will be a good idea because...
But states' budgets are also in a crisis. You know, they don't have resources.
And you know the reasons for that.
No, but the point is, if they are in a crisis, will they be able to put up that extra 30% that is required? And if they don't, then they'll not be able to implement the
Maria,
scheme.
there's one other very important thing about the GRAMG program. And the very important thing is that it actually ends up building assets on the ground. So whether it is building little lakes for irrigation, whether it's building roads, whether it's building ditches, all of those things are done through these rural works programs. And so we have to think very carefully about the cash transfer programs that many of the states are doing. If they would actually go to more of a conditional cash transfer program so that it is not just putting money into people's bank accounts, but only if they accomplish something, if their children spend time in school, for example, or if they improve their education, or if their children graduate from high school. You know, if we can make these cash transfer programs more conditional, more associated with doing something that will actually help society as opposed to just a straightforward direct cash transfer.
Cash transfer is happening in this sector.
Well, in agriculture, there are many other things happening as well, but we need to design other programs that are like the GRAMG program, which are focused on actually making things happen as opposed to just putting money in people's pockets.
So let's talk about
agriculture. So agriculture,
the Kisan of India.
Yes, agriculture, of course, as you know, this is a very, very important sector because we are an economy that is very much dependent on what happens in the rural economy as well. And 60-70% of our people are dependent on the rural economy. I will not put too much sugar because everybody is warning me about eating too much sugar these days. So just a little bit of sugar. But there is a whole menu of things that we are doing for agriculture, including, of course, the Kisan Samman program where people are getting 6,000 rupees a month. We are helping them through irrigation. We are helping them through rural roads. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. We are helping them through providing them with power. We are coming up with climate resilient seeds and other ways of producing agricultural produce. So a whole variety of things are being done in the agricultural sector because we really need to increase productivity and income for our farmers.
See, as far as
agriculture
is concerned, I'm going to add the products which are grown and consumed in India. Number one, cashew coming from Bangalore and Goa. Number two, the resins coming from Ichal Karanji, Satara,
so make
Nasik.
in India.
What we eat in India,
self-reliance.
What we eat in India, we should grow in India. But I am not going to add this California almond. Because now in agriculture, and that's why my point, now in agriculture...
But you spoke about it in the context of GST.
That's what I'm saying.
The roasted almonds.
That's what I'm saying, that this almond, we consume in India, but we are not growing. So first thing is that we require an agriculture system. What we consume in India, we should grow in India. Point number one. Point number two, like this halwa, there is a suji, there is a ghee, there is a badam, there is a kishmish, there is a almond, everything is there. So likewise, agriculture should be seen
Like
as a part
full
of
meal.
this rural economy. When entire rural economy is going to go up like this halwa, if everything is blended, then naturally agriculture is going to get the benefit of this. So one should not see agriculture in isolation. It should be seen as a part of rural economy. And last but not least, one of the unfinished agenda is this this resin is coming from, for example, Satara. But it is packed in Delhi. So we require processing at
Processing
the farm
units.
gates,
Okay.
so that the major
So has that been done by the government?
major benefit of these things should go to the farmer
Okay.
instead of the processors or instead of the middlemen. So what I mean to say, there are 3 points I had shared. Look at agriculture as a comprehensive subject, taking rural economy as a part of agriculture. Point number 2, what we consume in India should be grown in India. And point number 3, the agri-processing should require a good support and good
Okay.
focus.
So,
Professor
my
Kumar,
take-
quickly on agriculture, and then we'll wrap up this cooking of the
My
halwa.
take is agriculture is not this thing. There are different categories of farmers. 85% of our farmers are below 5 acres. Large number of farms are only half acre, quarter acre, 1 acre. They are not self-sufficient. Second is climate change is affecting our agriculture. We need new technology. To increase productivity also, we need new technology. So agriculture, universities and technology development is very crucial. And it has to be reaching the ground also. If it doesn't reach the ground, the technology development doesn't matter. And from the mid-80s onward, we have stopped doing these extension services. We need to do that. Third is farmers, as he rightly said, need to get a higher price. How do they get a higher price? For that, farmers, producers, organizations and other things are required so that they can do their own marketing. And also technology development, if it reaches the ground, then we need non-farm employment. Because you see, there are a lot of mechanization going on in agriculture. You have more harvester combines, more tractors, more threshers, more potato digging machines. So employment generation in agriculture is not there. And yet the percentage of workers in agriculture is increasing. That means distress is increasing. So we need to create non-farm employment.
Okay.
And that has to come in the micro sector.
So now, final 30 seconds to all of you. The halwa is ready. Please enjoy the halwa and give us the final comments. Starting with you.
The final comments is, I think we have collectively made a very nice halwa. I'm sure the finance ministry has also made a very, very good halwa. And we are all going to enjoy it on February 1 when the Honorable Finance Minister presents the budget.
Okay, so you're hopeful for a happy budget. What about you, Gourav Vallabh?
Maria,
Yes.
our economy is as strong as this Bartan.
Okay.
So 7.4% growth for FY26. No economy in the world is having that. China is less than 2%. China is around 4%. US is less than 2%. Europe is less than 2%. So we have a very strong base of economy, and in that strong base, a very well mixed halwa is coming out. So I am going to enjoy this halwa, and we are going to achieve Viksit Bharat 2047 by having this halwa.
Okay. Professor Arun Kumar, how much of halwa will you have now?
I'll have very little because most poor people not able to afford halwa. Okay, and I would say inequality is our biggest problem. Inequality is what leads to demand problem, and capacity utilization data from RBI shows that our capacity utilization is hovering between 70 and 75%. That's why even the organized sector is not investing enough. The finance minister keeps saying public sector investment is going up, but private sector investment is lagging behind. We need to improve that. For that, we need to give incomes at the lower level, whether it be the farmers, whether it be the micro sector, whether it be the workers. Then the demand will go up, and then we'll boom.
Perhaps the real taste of halwa will be known only on Sunday, but really thank all of you. Jayant Sinha,
But
Professor
Maria,
Gourav
by the way,
Vallabh.
halwa is very tasty.
Okay, I'm
Very,
going to
very
take it
good.
as well.
Yes.
And Professor Arun Kumar. So thank you, viewers. You have to wait till Sunday to know the real taste of this halwa.
Introducing Motorola Signature. Don't blend in, stand out.
Introducing Motorola Signature. Mamata Banerjee and TMC government has not been handing over the land to BSF. This is because they have Ghuspetiya prey. Once upon a time, Mamata Banerjee wanted the Ghuspetiyas out. That was in 2005. But today they have become her vote bank. And therefore she puts vote bank interest above national interest. Today, national security has been given prime importance by the Calcutta High Court, which has come down very hard on the Mamata Banerjee government, which has come down very hard on the TMC government. We have seen time and again that the TMC, whether it is SIR, it opposes it to save the Ghuspetiyas. It opposes giving land to BSF so that the fencing cannot be done to save the Ghuspetiyas. When there is an attempt to detect, delete and deport the Ghuspetiyas, they oppose it.
Hi, I'm Sana. Here's your weather update. Delhi maximum 21 and minimum 8 degrees. Mumbai maximum 27 and minimum 24 degrees. Kolkata maximum 29 and minimum 17 degrees. Bengaluru maximum 28 and minimum 15 degrees. Chennai maximum 26 and minimum 22 degrees. Hyderabad maximum 29 and minimum 18 degrees.
Introducing Motorola Signature. Don't blend in, stand out.
महाराष्ट्राच्या राजकीय आणि सामाजिक जीवनातला आजचा काळा दिवस आहे. अजितदादा पवार यांच्याशिवाय महाराष्ट्राचं राजकारण, समाजकारण हे बेचव आणि आळणी होईल. बारामती आणि त्यांचं एक नातं होतं आणि त्याच बारामतीमध्ये त्यांना मृत्यू यावा हा एक विचित्र योग आहे. चार्टर्ड फ्लाइट के इतने हादसे हो गए, इतने लोग मारे गए. हाँ, बीजेसी हर बार इन्वेस्टिगेशन की घोषणा करती है. क्या हो गया? हमारे सामने कुछ तथ्य और सत्य तो आना चाहिए जनता के सामने. अजित पवार जैसा एक कद्दावर नेता, महाराष्ट्र के डिप्टी सीएम, लोकप्रिय नेता, कल इस प्रकार से विमान हादसे में उनका देहांत हो गया, उनका निधन हो गया. महाराष्ट्र नहीं, पूरा देश सदमे में. कैसा हो गया? उसमें क्या टेक्निकल गड़बड़ी थी ये सामने आना चाहिए. अगर फ्लाइट में टेक्निकल गड़बड़ी है, रडार सिस्टम में गड़बड़ है, और क्या है, एयरपोर्ट पर है, उस बारे में देश के सामने, जनता के सामने
Presented by the all-new Kia Seltos, badass forever. Co-powered by Men's Collection by Candare, a Kalyan company.
NCP at a crossroads. Who inherits the Pawar mantle? Reunion or rupture for NCP? Pawar power at stake. Succession, survival, strategy. What next for the NCP?
Well, after the local body polls, the NCP was facing a battle of survival, and with Ajit Pawar now no more, the battle over the legacy of the Pawars, where Maharashtra is concerned, has already begun. Just 24 hours after his last ride, succession talks and power calculations underway.
Ajit Pawar is no more, but his legacy has to endure. And who will carry it forward? 24 hours after the last rites of Ajit Pawar, the first signs of succession talks, calculations and alliance math already being brokered. As grief hung heavy, piercing through it was political signaling. Two clear scenarios are now emerging. Leaders from the Sharad Pawar-led NCP-SP are openly floating the idea of reunification. They claim talks were underway well before Ajit Pawar's passing.
देखिए, मर्जर की बातें तो कई दिन से चल रही थी और 3-4 महीने में इसकी बातें अजय दादा और सभी नेताओं के साथ हुई भी थी और उसमें करीब ये तय हो गया कि मर्जर करना है.
Senior leader Anil Deshmukh has gone a step further, asserting that reunification was Ajit Pawar's final wish.